Nostrum.
That held the dagger has struck it into the back of its neighbor.
Mussolini, founder of fascism, self-appointed high priest of war, draws the saber he has long been rattling on the sidelines. With France defeated and England tottering, he commits the Italian Empire to support his personal pact of steel with Hitler. It is October 28, 1940. Covetous of personal glory, jealous of his military prestige, Mussolini launches his legions into Greece on a campaign of conquest whose outcome seems certain. But the Italian armies ordered to Athens are ill-equipped, poorly trained. These men go into battle unaware their own commanders believe that for them, war is suicide. The Greek Evzon troops, outnumbered but not unprepared, meet the Italians with high-hearted resistance and smash the reluctant invaders back across the border. The legend of fascist military might, the myth of Mussolini's vaunted 8 million bayonets, breaks to pieces against the rugged, hostile hills of Albania. England has guaranteed Greek independence. King George VI and Churchill assure the Greeks, your cause is our cause. We will fight a common foe and we will share a united victory. And then across the Mediterranean, the hard-pressed British rush troops and supplies to the embattled Greeks, sailing fearlessly under the bays of Axis bombers. Into the harbors of Greece, under Admiral Cunningham, Commander-in-Chief, Mediterranean, the overtaxed Royal Navy brings in 50,000 British and New Zealand troops, hastily diverted from North Africa, where the Axis has already lighted the fires of war. But the long-standing alliance between Greece and England is being honored, no matter what the risk. Here democracy was born. Here blossomed the first flowers of Western civilization. And here, once more, man must fight for his freedom. Intervention swiftly brings retaliation. Down from the north surge German hordes in overpowering strength. Down they come to the rescue of their bungling Italian allies. Down through the Balkan valleys, the German Wehrmacht storms into Greece in blitz tempo, crushing everything which stands in its way. And once again, the ragged parade of the defeated, the ordeal of the helpless. Interrogation of prisoners reveals to the Germans the scope of the Allied disaster. More than 11,000 casualties. And once again, the struggle of survivors to escape by sea. Greece becomes another Dunkirk. But in defeat, there is no despair. The Grand Alliance is in the making. If the East looks dark, in the West, Roosevelt and the Americans extend to the English sympathy, understanding, help, and hope. And not by eastern windows only, when daylight comes in the light. In front, the sun climbs slow. How slowly. But westward, look. The land is bright. But for a time yet, the Germans will continue to plot and push and plunder. With Greece secure, the Axis seeks full control of the Mediterranean, North Africa, and the all-important Suez Canal. Through unnumbered centuries, Carthage, destroyed by Rome, has silently observed other legions, other men struggle for domination of North Africa. Now, once again, the course of Western society is being determined by what transpires on these dreary wastes, these trackless sands. For the Italians, North Africa has meant defeat, disaster. They have vainly challenged the outnumbered British. So the Germans send in their troops to salvage this vital campaign. They mount a major offensive to drive into Egypt, to drive to Suez. Temperature, over 100. Miles to go, more than 1,250, mostly across the Libyan desert. But the Germans are trained and equipped, hardened and armored for the long, hazardous haul to the east. For 18 months, the tide of battle flows back and forth across the rim of North Africa. Now, under Field Marshal Rommel, Axis armies surge forward, surge east,